mic is muted. Hi guys, you see, first timer here. Welcome to another live stream for the Tab S8 Ultra. In fact, for the entire Tab S8 lineup. Let me get your comments up. Who is here today? I want to see who is here. Hello all. Nice to see you again. I wanted to give it the attention that's really deserving, the Tab S8 Ultra and everything else. And there's one thing I really want to say first. Thank you for keep watching the content I create, because that's really cool and I really enjoy this. I like this, that you keep doing this, and that keeps me going. But what keeps me really going is your feedback, the comments I see, and also the results, because that's something I want to talk about today. The survey results we are blasting out, or the survey I'm blasting out, I have something in my mind, and it almost every single time goes in a different direction. And it just shows you that how disconnected also companies are from real life, from customers or potential customers, because they have something in mind that actually doesn't work for many of you guys out there. And I want to just go back to the comments and the use cases you guys have. And sometimes there is some really interesting stuff. We have students, we have doctors, we have cab drivers, construction people on the construction site. There was one guy that almost made me cry. He said, I'm stationed in Afghanistan and this Tab S7 is keeping me, keeps me connected to my family at home. It's like, man, we are debating here between 60 and 120 hertz. And this guy, right, he's got some bigger fishes to fry, really, if you think about it. Hi, Mohammed. Mohammed is from Sweden. Hi, guys. Nice to see you watching from the Philippines. You're back. I can see this. So what I want to do before we get into the survey results and everything else, I want to talk to you. I wanted to share something quickly. I'm not going to go corporate to you today. Give me 1 second here. I hope that works fine. Let me see. Okay, so this is the stuff. Let me just check the comments very briefly. Hi, I'm a student. Let me see. I'm going to put you up here. I'm a student that is really poor. Which tablet do you recommend? Like 300 euros. What I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to answer the questions at the end, if that makes any sense. I don't want to interrupt the whole flow here. What I want to get going first is I want to really look at what is available. We have the 3 lineups, right, for the Tab S8. We kind of know this. We've seen this from the video. And there's a lot of people who like the Tab S7 currently. And there's a lot of people who say, okay, I'm happy with the TFT screen. I'm happy with what's given it to me. And what you see here is basically the Tab S8, the successor of the Tab S7 regular version, right? The only difference here is, apart from pricing, also the gigabyte of RAM. There's no more 6 gigabyte of RAM available, or suggested that will not come out as a 6 gigabyte of RAM version, only 8 gigabyte of RAM. And that's something that really puzzles me sometimes. It's mind-boggling, because when we go, I don't know if you've seen the Tab S7 Fan Edition, we've gone on all common websites, Samsung websites, and there's always different configurations available. And I don't know, that just gets me going. Trini Honey is from Florida. I love Florida. I love South Beach. Shore Club is my favorite hotel, by the way. So I don't know if you know this one, but I love it. Absolutely love it there. Let me go back. Pricing. I wanted to touch on pricing. I checked the Tab S7 pricing. The Tab S8 is slightly more expensive, but it could also be because of the gigabyte of RAM that is available, the 8 gigabyte instead of the 6 gigabyte. So that's possible. But what I found in general for the Tab S8 lineup is that the pricing is higher. I don't know if you really get that much more for it. Trini Honey from Florida. Yes, India. Hey, we have Wi-Fi, LTE, and 5G available for all the versions. I just wanted to bring this up quickly here. This is the Tab S8 Plus. Now we're getting into a territory that's more like the Tab S7 Plus. It's obviously the successor for this. And you can see that it's almost identical, but different, if that makes any sense. That's Tab S8 Plus instead of the Tab S7 Plus. Let me just check some comments. Will the Tab S7 line up? That's the wrong one. I've got the wrong comments. Snapdragon 888. It suggests it does 888 or 888 Plus. That's the one they're basically saying. Namaste from India. Nice to see you again. Should I upgrade my Tab S7 Plus for the 8 Plus? Don't know. We're going to get into this. Here, again, you see what it is available with. I also checked the pricing, right? I went to the US pricing, to the Samsung US website, checked some pricing. The pricing suggested here for this one coming up now seems steep. because when you go on the pricing on the website now, on the Samsung website, you can already get one for $849. So that's kind of okay. So what else are we going to get with this? We already have 8 GB available. We already have, it's a powerful device. So the Snapdragon 888 or whatever is going to be in there, is it really worth that upgrade? So that's something you guys need to decide. Do we get a new, will we get a new pencil? Let me just put this up here. I can't see this because of the video, I guess. I don't think we will get a new pencil because when you look at the Galaxy Book Pro lineup, that's pretty much identical pencil to the Tab S7. I had them both next to each other. I showcased them in my video. It's pretty much identical. It's pretty much the same pencil, and I don't think there will be something new coming out. I doubt it. Maybe for the Ultra, maybe a bigger one, a longer one, a lighter one. Maybe that, it's got to be a bit longer. That's a good point, actually. All I want is 13-inch screen, more RAM, better camera. Yeah, I guess. Let me go further here. Okay, so what else have we got for the Tab S8 8 Plus? We have, okay. Now we're coming to the Ultra. Okay, we're coming to the Ultra. This is actually the version we wanted to talk about today, right? So this is the OLED 14.6-inch OLED version. So that seems big. So what I did, I got the iPad Pro, the new one out, the M1 iPad 12.9-inch, and I measured it. So basically, it's kind of almost 1 inch bigger, wider than the current lineup or the current iPad. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. So it's supposed to be really thin. You can see this here, 5.5 millimeter, massive battery in there, 650 grams. So it suggests really, really thin, lightweight. And I'm intrigued in between kind of, okay, is this something I want to carry out? Is this something I'm taking notes with? I don't know. But the interesting stuff here that is the 8 and 12 gigabyte of RAM that's available. So we have more power, bigger battery, smaller device, thinner device, but wider in general, right? So this is interesting. Let me see. Tab S8 Ultra is a killer of laptops. Yeah, it could well be, especially with that new keyboard that's coming out. Love the screen and the RAM. Yes, that's cool. Will the Tab S8 Ultra have the powerful Snapdragon 888 chip? Yes, it's suggested currently it will have that chipset available. Some reports actually say 888 Plus will be featured in that device. So, excuse me, that's something we will see. But let me carry on quickly here to come to our main feature. I wanted to, okay, pricing. Pricing is obviously, what do you think about pricing? That's steep, right? I mean, it is a laptop replacement, but if you add a keyboard, if you put it in addition to this, then the pricing will probably, well, I mean, you could put it against the iPad and then it'd still be cheaper, realistically, right? If you think about the 2 terabyte version, that costs you an arm and a leg. Is you're talking about £2,500, euros, dollars. That's like, anyway, it is expensive, but it may be just the answer many people have been looking for. Let me see what else we got. We got the USB power delivery. That's important. The reason why I keep mentioning this. So what that means is you get one universal charger for all devices. So that could actually mean that there will be no more charger included in the Tab S whatever lineup, Tab S7 Fan Edition, Tab S8. That's an indication, and the reason being is that I'm saying is the universal charger. You can buy this for any device, then, right? You can buy this for your Galaxy Book Pro 360, you name it, or your tablet. You can buy it all for this. And that is an indication that the charger will no longer appear in the box. And what it does is basically it adjusts the speed, the fast charging. For example, the Tab S8 or Tab S7 has 45 watt fast charging. It will adjust to the 45 watt in order to charge it as fast as possible. When you then plug in for your Galaxy Book Pro, it will go all the way up to 65 watt. And here you can see this for your S21 Ultra, for example, you will then have 25 watt. Excuse me. So that's an indication. And I mean, I think it's good. I don't think it's good that you don't have a charger, but I think it's good that it's kind of a universal standard coming out. So Bulletproof 47 says the Ultra is getting the AMD chip. Yes, there is something about this. Not sure. There's so many rumors. 888, 888 Plus. We will see. I mean, just to give you guys a bit more context, I do have the original survey footage that's gone out to beta users or pre-users, whatever you want to call them. I don't want to feature it because of copyright strikes, but what it does do, it gives you a whole bunch of information, so much in there, and that's where we get all these videos from. So that's, I don't think it is really fake because it is really detailed, and for somebody to come up with this, it's going to take a long time, that's for sure. So what else have we got? In future, all devices are going to be portless. Yeah, we know where that comes from. Okay, let me carry on. Cameras, I'm not really that bothered about it. Pen is included, we know this. It's got one difference here. The Ultra only has that ultra wide angle facing camera. So the camera that the selfie camera basically, and that's obviously for video calls, right? We've seen a center stage for iPad that works pretty well, and Samsung doesn't include. I don't know if there's a center stage equivalent included, but it will basically come with a wide angle camera, and that's the differentiation between the Ultra version and the regular version, the normal versions, right? And the other stuff, it's gonna get an LED flash, and then the camera specifications, I'm not too bothered about that really. I don't do much with the camera. Okay, yeah, Samsung needs to work on improving the Tab S8 UI software. Samsung DeX is good, but the actual software needs improvement. Kusa, that's something we're gonna get into in a second. Let me just carry on here quickly. What else have I got? So, yes, so now we're going to get to the software, right? So Android 12 is supposed to be included, One UI 3.5, so either or. And I mean, there's some glimpse of Android 12, what is included, and there's supposed to be a revamped DeX feature coming out that basically gives you the following options, right? Check this out: laptop mode, tablet mode, viewing mode, and drawing mode. Let me go back, you can read it here. So, yeah, not far enough. Okay. And these are the 4 options you can have or will see with the DeX mode then. And that's an interesting part. And you're right, because of the software, it's a huge part, and that's something that Apple has mastered. Apple has mastered in the previous years, and we've seen this over and over again with their MacBooks, where they have low specs included, but the software optimization is top notch. And you have to bear in mind that Samsung is in competition with so many other Android tablet makers, right? Whether they be in the front or not, but they have to compete with others because of the Android operating system that's done by Google. Apple don't. So they have their own ecosystem that's pretty much exclusive to them, and Samsung doesn't have that. So they have to look out for different features and different things in general. So as a company, they have different goals. So what else have we got? Does the new keyboard have backlit? That's a good point. I don't know. I wish I would know, but I know the pricing. It's pretty expensive, if you ask me. So there we go. That's the keyboard price range. It goes. I mean, this is a price range, right? This is all stuff that comes from the survey, right? The survey even included the price range from 2, and people are supposed to tick the box and say, yeah, that's something I really like, or no, and so on and so on. So the keyboard, and this is the keyboard for the S Ultra, though. The 290 will be the keyboard for the bigger version. So that's obviously not compatible with something else. Excuse me. But what I've seen here, for example, with the Tab S7 Fan Edition, is that the keyboard is compatible with the Tab S7 Plus and vice versa. So that means you can have either or. You can have a keyboard with a touchpad, with a trackpad, or you don't. So that's doable. I'm guessing, but that's an educated guess, that this will also be compatible with the new lineup here, Tab S8 lineup. Okay. Can I be the moderator? Ziad. I would love to have Adobe Photoshop for Android. Yeah, there's so many people who are asking for this. Let me see what else I've got here for you. Oh, there's the, let me see, let me go back. So, keyboard, let me just roll this here. Give me 1 second. So, this is the Snapdragon 888 or 888 Plus. We don't know. People say Exynos, AMD. It's all up there. It's kind of an educated guess at this point, and a suggestion that I'm kind of guessing it's going to be the 888. I don't see anything happening, anything else, because of the chip shortage that's going on. I don't know how much Samsung can produce currently and other manufacturers. So that's pretty much my guess. When will this launch? Far East, that's a good question. My guess is September, the usual lineup. So far, Samsung didn't disappoint us in terms of releases, because everything we have seen has been basically online on time. Okay, let me go on. So the main feature here, the main thing, this is really, and this is blowing my mind, right? So what I've done, and this is what I talked to you at the beginning, is I'm really interested in your opinion. I'm not doing this because I'm bored. I really want to know what it is you guys feel, and that's why it's so important to read all these use cases. But when it came to the Tab S8 Ultra and the Tab S8 lineup, I was surprised. Of course, there's a caveat to it because it says money, no object. But again, that's a different story, right? If sometimes you have to see it like black and white. You park something, and then would you still want this device? Because when I read all the comments, there's so many comments saying, "Ooh, it is too big. Ooh, is that? Is this?" So many of you guys, and this was this morning, so there's more people voted now. It's not 2.5, but it's stuck around 70%. Still, it's around 70%. 70%, which is a pretty high indication of you guys would go for the Tab S8 Ultra, and that says something. So that also says that Samsung is thinking about the right path here. That's for sure. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know. What is it? Is it a higher resolution wireless LiDAR? The S Pen might even be better, literally blown away by how great it is. The 14.6-inch S Ultra version will all the bells and whistles. Yeah, it does. Really intrigues me. It does intrigue me too. Juice Baseball. It does intrigue me too. Will the Tab S8 Ultra have talk on text on other devices? My Tab S7 Plus did not have it in China. I'm sorry, Angel. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Not as of today. Do you foresee better cameras on the Tab S8? I don't. Let me just go out of here. And then you have, let me just bring this up. Do you foresee? So we can have the comments. Koran, I don't think so. Let me just get some water. I don't think so that there will be better cameras. We spoke about that one camera improvement, and that is the selfie camera. That's going to be a wide angle camera for video calls. Juice Baseball. That's an interesting one. I've seen pictures. I've seen the renders with the notch. I don't know. I'm in between, man. I'm seriously in between. I've seen this. I don't know. I mean, this would be like straight copying, or people will say, "Oh, you copied that from Apple or whatever." I don't know if it's really necessary, if you have to have the notch. On the other hand, if you think about it with the notch, you have the slim bezels, so you got to have the camera somewhere. Maybe that's, especially when you have more than one camera, especially when we spoke about the ultra wide camera, that is possible that there's actually a notch, but I'm not sure as of today. So that's kind of, I'm in 50-50 mode. I do multiple stuff, so the ultra is best. Okay, that's cool. I don't like, yeah, so that's, we're back in the notch territory. We will see. Wireless charging, I don't know. I seriously don't know as of today. I would tell you if I would know. Maybe Tab S8 Ultra can come with the new S Pen Pro. Yeah, I heard about this actually. This is actually a good point. There might be an S Pen Pro coming. This one. Yeah, Rukas. Well, it's either the notch or the under-screen camera. I don't think it's going to be it's going to be an under-screen, under-display fingerprint sensor for all the lineup. That's what I know so far. But the camera, I don't know. Let me see. The greatest features of the Tab S7 Plus that no one talks about is the second screen feature. We did several videos about that, Juice Baseball. Go back to our channel, to our videos. We've done this. Pretty much one of the first ones, if I'm not mistaken, to come out with this. It works flawlessly with Windows 10. Well, that's pretty cool. For some people it doesn't, but I'm happy that it does for you. So the colors, we have colors. That's a good point. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a whole range of colors. That's more like for the fan edition or something for the light edition, because that's more funky, if you like, especially for the Ultra. I'm going to guess the silver and black to be kind of in a pro line, if you like, right? Are you Apple or Android? Yeah, that's a good question. I am both. I started with Apple pre-cool when it wasn't cool, and I carried on. And then I used to start with Samsung also probably 5-6 years ago, if not 7. And then I started using both. And that's also due to my job. I have a Windows laptop and I have a Mac at home, and then I have more Windows now. So it's kind of 50-50 usage. It's also to keep me sharp, right? I want to know what's going on here and what's going on there. So that's sometimes when people say, oh, you're a sheep, this and that, it is what it is. I use both. So I'm not really. So Angel, why not just put a fingerprint sensor on the power button? Don't know. It's going to be the under display James Bond style. That's what it is. What do you think about Chromebooks? Please, we need your support. What do you need? There you go. Fantastic topics. Preach your channel. Here's your chance. Say something to the group to say hello. That's you. Happy to help out. Saw a video which shows that the iPad has better speakers in comparison to the Tab S7, hoping S8 Ultra tops the iPad. I would say go back to watch our video. I use the same music, I use the same footage all the time. And I would say the best way to describe it is that you have a better sound coming out of the Tab S7, and whereby the iPad is more bass, is more, and it's more clear on the Tab S7. But we did do all of this. We did the LED versus OLED. We did the speaker test. Go and check it out. We've done all of this. What else? Do you think the Tab S8 will have an AMD? Oh, I don't know. Kusa. I wish then, and then if we get Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop for Android and all this stuff, then it all would make sense and it would work fine. So yeah, so the Miko, don't know yet. All I know is that it's going to be under display fingerprint. Don't know if it's optical or ultrasonic. I'm sorry, I don't know as of today. Looks like a 15 is. Let me see. I'll get to the 7/8 Ultra. If the battery life is better than the S7 Plus, bigger screen comes in. Yeah, that's the thing. The battery is, there's a higher capacity in there. But the thing is with the screen, right? We don't know if the screen it's going to take more power, more juice, and that's kind of leveling itself out because you have more screen real estate, whatever you want to call it, to display. And when you have then, depending on brightness and HDR content and all this stuff, right? But it's a good point. I'm kind of seeing maybe a slight improvement to the Tab S7 Plus, but I can't see a massive improvement yet because of that screen size. Can Samsung beat? Oh man, that's kind of the question of all questions here. Can Samsung beat iPad's M1 power? In terms of power, probably not. Right? If you put them against Geekbench score versus Geekbench score, there's no way that Snapdragon 750G, whatever is, for example, in the Fan Edition, is gonna kill this or vice versa. But the software optimization, that's really the key when it comes to this, and that's what I'm always saying, that Samsung has to step up in terms of what it is they're bringing out, and they're making the right noises, the right moves with the One UI that's coming out, with the second screen features, and so on and so on. That is all happening, but in terms of sheer power, the M1 is up here and everybody is down here. The question is, though, do you need it? What do you need it for? People like to video edit videos. I haven't met anybody yet in the corporate world who does video editing on an iPad or video editing in general. That's usually done by companies and they pay a lot of money for it. So the thing is, you see all these comparisons on YouTube, but these are kind of YouTube reviews for YouTubers or creatives. And it doesn't mean there aren't many of them, but it's not kind of the norm, I would say. That's just my opinion, but you can leave your comment and say otherwise, of course. What else have we got? Okay. Any thought on how two-in-one laptop versus GalaxyTab? No. Yes, I'm in between. I'm kind of in between. I'm keep going back and forth. So this is my setup. This is also how I work. I have my GalaxyTab S7 Plus is over here. I usually have it down here to take notes. I couldn't do this with a laptop. My laptop is here. So that's kind of how do you use it, right? If you go into a meeting and you have a laptop and then you flip it and stuff, then it's cool. But if you have the setup I have, then I need a tablet or even just a pen and paper to take notes. So it really depends what it is you're doing. So, Charles, so S8 Ultra is a foolish move. Would you buy the large of it? So you probably missed the survey I've just shown to you. Let me just see if I can get this up again. So it's not a foolish move in terms of, well, it depends how you see it, because 70% of people who voted so far, and it keeps sticking at 70%, say yes, I want Tab S8 Ultra, I would go for this. So it's kind of okay. You can see this. Okay, maybe some people don't like it, but the majority are wanting to do this. Yes, that's a good point. Do you expect the release of the Tab S8 to be delayed due to the silicon shortage? That is possible. Although so far Samsung has pulled every single release off, I don't think I have a feeling that they really want to blast out stuff this year. And if you look at the news, the Galaxy Fold 3 is already gone in mass production, right? So the same with the mini LED MacBook. I think the companies are in the mindset now, okay, we kind of lost the year last year. We're going to have to go full in, and they're going to make it happen somehow. If they put enough money on the table, it will happen. So I don't think it's going to be delayed. Mohammed, here in Sweden, prices are so high, but the Tab S7 Fan Edition is out with all the optional prices. Okay, yeah, that's I guess that's what it's kind of for, light Fan Edition, that people say, okay, this is some a slimmed down version, if you like, and it's in your budget. But looking at the Tab S7, I don't know what it's like in Sweden, but looking at the Tab S7 pricing and the stuff and the offers that come up, sometimes maybe you get a better deal there. If Apple brings Mac apps to iPad, yeah, that's want to watch this. This is going to be interesting. There's so many, and you know what? I've seen so many iPad reviews that are actually from like the traditional bigger YouTubers, right? It's kind of saying, okay, it's a fantastic device. We love it, which it is. It is a fantastic device. There's no doubt about it. People can't use it. People just can't use it. They put it up. They say, okay, I want to just follow my thought here. I used to have an iPad for work. So you have different applications on, right? You have Outlook on, you have something else on. I have Outlook on. I get an email with an attachment that I need to sign. Buy an iPad and try this. You're gonna go nuts. It took me 10 minutes to do that, and just these things are they just don't match up. So I went back to traditional laptop then. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what's happening then. So with Samsung and Microsoft working more closely, do you think we could see DeX multiple? Yeah, I would like that actually. It's okay. It's there. I wouldn't know, but I would like to see this, and the collaboration keeps going. I mean, the collaboration keeps going even with Google when we see the Galaxy Watch 4 coming out with Wear OS. But I would like to see this. I like this. This is a good move. It's a good question. I like that. Let me see here. I will buy the Ultra. Want a tablet as a laptop replacement since I got gaming PC. Okay, cool. Excuse me, slim bezels for a tablet. That's what it looks like. 92% screen to body ratio. That's what the image was showing. If money was no object, everyone will choose the ultimate version. My point is the foolish large and not. That's fine. That's okay. Instead, they should give OLED. And okay, that's fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of people who say OLED should go on the 11-inch version. Or I think you should have a choice actually, because a lot of people like the LCD version of the 11-inch Tab S7. It's fair enough, right? So people they say, okay, we don't want any burn-in, we don't want any potential issues that we never had any. But people are happy with this. But it's a good point. Maybe Samsung is listening and maybe they're putting a choice out. Okay, Mohammed, we have S7 Plus. Ooh, that is expensive. Does that include? But is that a keyboard included? Ouch. They have many releases. I hope the old tablets will at last. That's always. I love BTS. That's always happening. The prices will always go down. I've spoke about this in my previous live when we spoke about the Tab S7 Fan Edition. I almost check daily on the Samsung website because there are almost daily deals. You have obviously your Black Friday deals, your whatever Easter deals, your traditional deals, but there's also something in between. They're not telling you, and voila, you get something cheaper. Have you noticed the entry-level standard Samsung Galaxy Book, as I think most buyers would be drawn to a traditional laptop instead of the 2-in-1? That's a good point. When we attended that press event for the Galaxy Book Pro and Pro 360, reading between the lines, there will be a new version coming out this year, probably after summer in fall, I would say. and that will have an ARM chip included. So that's something you need to bear in mind. If you want to buy one now, maybe it's worth waiting for that. The Tab S6 Lite mechanic is a pacifier. How will it come too expensive? Yeah. Okay, I heard that iPadOS limits the RAM usage. Oh, I don't know that actually. That's the reason behind pros not being kept. That's an interesting Chesko. Hopefully, I pronounce it properly. But that's an interesting take. That's thank you for letting us know. I mean, I'm gonna have to check this now. Now you mentioned that. Mohammed, you don't have a keyboard, not with keyboard. Okay. Sorry about that. We spoke about Windows on DeX. That'd be a great feature. That's a lot of people want that. I personally think that would be a killer feature. That'd be great. AMD GPU Tab S8 is something we want to see. We don't know. It's very limited information. All this information comes from a survey that's gone out to beta users or pre-users that are basically had to tick boxes and say, yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay, it comes with a pen. Yes, it comes with a pen. Correct. Your thoughts on the Huawei, I can never pronounce that properly, new tablets. Yeah, so interesting. It's a very limited choice currently here where I live in Germany, so we don't really have that many choices. I'm trying to get the Lenovo Pad Pro 11-inch, I think it was, with the OLED screen, but there's one version in China. In general, I don't know. I'm so. It's my personal opinion. That doesn't mean it's a bad device or bad. I'm kind of, because there's more to it than just the sheer hardware. Because we have ecosystems we have to consider, and Samsung is building up their ecosystem. We know Apple is the king of ecosystems currently, and that's something I also would consider. Even when they have higher specs, I would probably go for something that has a wider range or works with all the devices seamlessly, if that makes any sense. Where can one buy Samsung tablets? Samsung.de or Amazon, that works as well. Do you think Samsung 8 Ultra will come now? I think will be September. Not maybe we have an unpacked event in August again, but the release date will be September. Okay, so this is. You're right. This is the question of all questions. Will the Tab S8 Ultra be able to replace the laptop? Well, there's so many things that a tablet can do, and there's so many things a laptop can do better. And it's kind of small. It's like startup companies versus corporate companies. There's so many things a startup does better, and there's so many things corporate companies do better. I don't think there is a yes or no answer to that. It's also depending on what it is you are doing, right? If it's just taking notes, media device, occasional browsing, go for the tablet. If you start coding or you do something else or you need more involvement with your device, then it's got to be a laptop. In my eyes. Okay, Landy, when I get it, as soon as I get it, you'll be the first one to know. I'll ping you personally. I will get it. Hopefully, I will get it, but it's on back order. I actually reached out to Samsung already, see if they can send me a unit. They don't have anything available yet, but I'm trying. I'm giving it all. I'm giving it my best here. Will this stop? Okay. Can you give with the? Yes, absolutely, Marty. There will be a 5G version. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. 5G seems to be. Soon it will be 5G only. If you see the Fan Edition, I mean, it comes out at 5G only. Although we established some Wi-Fi versions in certain countries. Haha, will come with the charge. So this is something we talked about earlier, David, with the charger, and I spoke about the universal charger and the USB PD that Samsung is implementing. It's a worldwide standard. It's USB power delivery, that's called, and the standard is basically adapting to the charging speed of your device, the device you're using, right? So I don't know. There are reports it will come. There are reports it won't come with the charger. It kind of, when I look at all the reports with the USB PD, then I could see that being that Samsung will basically include it in the laptop lineup and maybe sell it as a separate add-on when they sell something else, whether that be a phone or a tablet. Okay. It can't replace the laptop just yet. Software isn't okay, for example, audio. Okay, that's a good point. I want to get to this one here. I think the Tab S8 Ultra will have peak brightness of 1700 nits. What do you think? That seems a lot. I know the iPad Pro has, I can't remember, is it 1600, 16 or 1700, 1600, but only when you watch HDR content in normal lighting, whatever, is kind of 600, I think. We established that. We always do the test outside in sunlight, and you can see there's not much of a difference between the Tab S7 and the iPad when you just have something normal showing to you. So it would make sense in terms of what's going on, and if they want to follow up with the competition, and if they want to say, okay, Apple is doing this and we're doing this, then yes, it would make sense. I don't know I'm not an expert in terms of screens. I don't know if the OLED screen can actually handle this. I don't know. So that's something Samsung needs to know, because they are good at manufacturing displays. That's for sure. Okay, Samsung DeX is great for product. Apologies if you've answered this. The Tab S7 keyboard. Okay. Angel, I believe so, but not for the S8 Ultra, obviously. Because the S8 Ultra is bigger, you will have to buy an additional keyboard. So if you buy the S8 Ultra, you will have to buy this keyboard on top. For all the other versions, like the Tab S8 and Tab S8 Plus, it will be compatible with the previous version and vice versa. Okay, what else have we got? We got plenty of questions here. Karan, sorry, excuse me. What will be the refresh rate on it? I don't think it's going to be more than 120. I don't know. If you think about, it's kind of, I mean, again, Samsung is king of making displays, of creating these displays, but I don't see a reason why they should do this in the Ultra version. Obviously, it's for gaming outside and for gamers out there, but I'm not sure that's going to be done. Maybe next year. I don't know, but I would say no. I still think Tab S8 will be nowhere near. Well, that's kind of a personal preference. Obviously, that depends on how you guys see this, and it's the age-old question. When I put out a video, iPad Pro versus Tab S7 Plus or whatever that version is, I'm kind of already going. I don't want to check the comments for 24 hours, because it's either this or that. It's black or white. People say, "Well, I hate this. You're the fanboy. You're the fangirl." It's your personal preference, really. It is what it is, right? Which one should I go? And one iPad Pro 11-inch or Tab S7 Plus. Well, to start with, there's already a different size here. You have the 12.9 versus 11-inch, and you have LCD versus the OLED screen on the Tab S7 Plus. If you ask me what you do, obviously Gabru gaming, then I would go for the Tab S7 Plus. But you have to bear in mind what your ecosystem is and what phone you have. And if you have an iPhone, then it doesn't make any sense, and you probably would want to stay in that ecosystem because it is seamlessly. If not, if you have an Android phone, then Tab S7 Plus. If you don't have anything, then also Tab S7 Plus. The thing is with Apple, you have to bear in mind, even if let's say you start point blank, you have nothing. You start with Apple, you're going to stick with Apple for the rest of your life, because it is so hard to break out of this ecosystem. It seriously is. It is. I tried so many times, and that's why I still have my MacBook Pro and other devices, because there's so much stuff on there and so much stuff that is just working that is difficult to get on a Windows laptop or something equivalent as of today. That's something you have to bear in mind. And that's always, I give this advice to people who ask when you want to have an Android something, or there is obviously a limitation on application, for example, but you have more freedom. That's very important to keep in mind. I hope this was a long answer, and I apologize. Since Samsung has been working with AMD to make a big leap forward in terms of performance and efficiency, do you think I don't think the Tab S8 lineup will have the new chip, but what I will say is, and it goes back to what I said earlier, at the press event we attended, the new Galaxy Book will probably have something installed, included with AMD. So bear this in mind. Maybe they pull this off in time, but there's obviously that silicon shortage that's going on currently. But I can see this happening with a S888 or S8 Plus. So, guys, there's many more questions. I'm kind of, takes a lot of energy. I wish you could talk back to me, because that would be easier. Then I could have a break and you could ask me something. Will the Tab 8 come with the hi YouTube user? Apologies. Will the Tab 8 come with the Ultra, or will the Tab 8 come before? Yeah, that's a good question. So usually, well, that depends what Samsung is going to pull off. So they'll probably announce it all together, and then they're going to say, okay, you can buy this in 2 weeks time, and you can buy that in 4 weeks time. I can see that the Ultra is being released slightly later. That makes sense. So there's that. Yeah, why are more developers not keen on Android development, Angel? I don't know. I've seen people actually answering that on so many videos when they had this conversation with other people, and there's some answer to that. Yes, Carl Pete, thank you very much. Big fan of your channel. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. You guys watching this. I'm not the youngest. I'm probably the hippest on YouTube. I do have a sense of humor, but I mean, look, I enjoy this. I really enjoy this gig. I enjoy this talking to you guys. I enjoy this feedback I get from you, what you use the devices for. And this is my statement, what I did at the beginning. So thank you for watching it. I do highly appreciate that. Are you going to buy the Tab S8 Ultra for better productivity, or are you confident not to keep? I will. JC Drumming, I'm going to have to buy the Tab S8 Ultra, because I'm going to have to test it for you guys and give you my feedback and findings. So if okay, let's put it, if I wouldn't have this YouTube channel, I would still buy it. I would still buy the S8 Ultra, because I'm totally intrigued by the size and what it brings with it. And I really want to see if it is a workable productivity device, better or different than the Tab S7 Plus. And that's something I want to find out for myself, despite of having the channel. Okay, so they are not bringing out the 2-screen ring version, Dave. He's funny. He leaves funny comments all the time. Amigo, thank you. I could say amigo, right? After this comment. Amigo sounds similar. Thank you. Thank you for passing by and stopping by. This is just okay. Okay, guys, let me see. I don't want to just abruptly finish here. Angel, yes, Samsung's weakest software. Okay, we have the software again. This is what could happen in Samsung release. Is this what just could happen, or did Samsung release some information that it depends? I'm guessing you are referring to this video in terms of Tab S8. Just to briefly say again, there has been a survey gone out to a lot of beta users in Korea that have been asked with certain questions and documentation, and also pictures of certain devices and how they could look. And that's where all the information is coming from. So I don't believe this is made up, because it is way too detailed and way too involved. It goes into the aspect ratios, it goes into every single thing. And I don't see this somebody making up just to for the heck of it. So this is where the information comes from. Take that with a pinch of salt. It may change, right? We may see something bigger or smaller, who knows? But usually when we go back to all the rumors, what I could see, or what I was going to see or found, is that there was only slight changes. But like we saw the Tab S7 Lite, the only change was called Tab S7 Fan Edition. The rest we kind of knew already. So whilst I say take this with a pinch of salt, Samsung has a good reputation of sticking to what we see beforehand. Okay, so guys, I want to conclude this here today. David, I don't know. Will the Tab S8, David, will the Tab S8 Ultra have a 4K display? I don't know. I don't think so. Don't know why, but my gut feeling is purely, it's not even an educated guess, it's just a guess. When I look at all the releases lately, the Galaxy Book Pro lineup and so on, I don't think it's going to be 4K, even though it's called Ultra. We'll see, but my guess is of today, no. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you, Angel. Thank you for being here. I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to go and have my dinner, but thank you for watching. You can go back and watch it. I gave you all the information I have on file today. I have original documentation and pictures. The reason why I don't want to show this is because of copyright strikes. Somebody sees this, gives me copyright strikes, puts the video down. Do this 3 times, channel will be deleted, so I have to be careful. But what you see is coming from real information. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you guys.